Here, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Eli the Rebel. Welcome back to the NCAA 11 coaching carousel. We finally got some more gameplay for y'all. In fact, we have a double header. We have two games today. We got this rivalry game against UCF. Very important game for us, as this is one of our three coaching objectives in order to, stick around and, not get fired. We beat UCF, because I didn't even realize that, beating UCF was said rival when I was making the schedule. I honestly had no idea, but we're playing them to start the season. We're home at Raymond James Stadium, home of the Bucks. So that's going to help us a little bit get the edge on them. But, of course, they're still going to rock with UCF. Of course, as they're B plus, B minus in offense and defense, respectively. We're only B and C plus in offense, defense, respectively. As we go into the coin toss here, as UCF already knows, tails never fails, but they decide to get ball first, which is perfectly fine with me getting the ball at half. Now, we have a quarterback here, Reggie Patterson here, throw this absolute laser to Malik Willis here for 19 yards in the first quarter. But little did we know that Reggie Patterson also got some wheels on him as well. So that's the reason why I'm so excited to play with this team for sure. Reggie Patterson being a dual threat scrambling quarterback is going to be absolutely fun. However, what's not fun is throwing picks in the red zone. And, throughout the course of this game, you're going to see that Patterson is not, is going to underthrow some things here and there. But here Patterson gets the zone read correctly here and picks up the first touchdown in the first score of the game. And when I was doing this, I was trying to hike the ball and hand it off to my halfback, but it just didn't, I wasn't able to hand it off, and it worked out pretty well in the end. 2nd and 6 here as the quarter is winding down. Patterson throws another pick, this time to the middle linebacker. So, although Patterson has a rushing touchdown, QB1 already has 2 picks. Now, here on 2nd and 7, for some reason my R2 button just decides to wet the bed. However, I do roll left, and look who is wide open. And that is number 9, Lewis, on the deep post, which is a crazy way to start off this second quarter, in my opinion. So cross post, see, he was calling for the ball and then just gets it right in the seam. 2nd and 12 here. We try to run speed option to the far side with Field. However, Patterson literally fumbles the pitch. To be fair, the pitch hit the cornerback in the helmet, so it wasn't 100% his fault. It's just on Eisman. The game wants to sometimes do you dirty and things like that. But me, I ain't trying to have all that today. Here Patterson rolls left again, throws the post, and Lewis cannot reel it in this time around, which will lead to 4th down. We get the ball back here with 4 minutes left in the half. This is where Reggie Patterson loves to shine right here, just running the ball. Reggie Patterson is really, really good at running the ball, if you haven't noticed. 2nd and 10 from the 27. Patterson runs the old halfback screen to Palmer, and Palmer gets the first down out of that. Trying to get everybody involved here on this drive, and that will give USF a fresh set of downs in the red zone. Again, last time USF was in the red zone, Reggie Patterson threw a pick. So this time around, hopefully, Reggie can, be more efficient here. As he rolls to his left once again, and that's going to be the story of this game, is just Patterson rolling left or right and getting the first down. As you can see, he already has 78 yards rushing in the half. This play is now 2nd and goal. Patterson is actually going to pitch the speed option to the fullback, Bobo, and Bobo gets to the 1-yard line right there. 3rd and goal from the 1. Crystal Ball tries to, get Bobo in for the score, thinking that it's the most efficient way to get inside the end zone. However, he does get stopped by 2 UCF Golden Knights right there, which leads to an interesting predicament. After, the game wanted me to take the field goal here, but I'm not going out like that. So what I ended up doing was circling through my prepared plays and trying to convert a 4th down right here. I ended up picking double whip, I believe. I should have picked double whip if I wanted to say. No, I went with slot cross. Yeah. Because that allows me to, hopefully, just like with pretty much almost every highlight up to this point, I wanted to scramble left. And what do you know? He scrambles left, but he finds Sampson in the back of the end zone. So with 1:41 left in the half, USF goes up 2 touchdowns. So this was a design scramble play, but I've noticed that Patterson was throwing behind a lot. So I figured, why not throw the bullet to Sampson and it would go on his left shoulder, and it worked. And with a UCF 3 and out on the following possession, that gives Reggie Patterson and the USF Bulls 1:06 in the half to drive down the field. Patterson goes to the right side, incomplete pass. However, on the next play, on 2nd and 10, Patterson rolling left once again, but finds Wells in a post pattern on the right side of the field. That will move the chains a little bit. We call a timeout to, stop the clock fully. And now it's a new fresh set of downs from our own 33. We have less than a minute now in the half. So hopefully, somebody can get out of bounds here, which is why I ran X follow to the left side. Hopefully I can get that comeback route with Willis. But I do not, and I get pushed back inside. So it's a gain of 6. However, the clock is still running. And I decided to, make a risky call here and just, instead of, calling a timeout or even spiking the ball, I just tried to, hurry up as fast as I could and run slot post. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought about going to Sampson there, but at the end of the day, I just went with the safe, tuck it and run approach, try to get out of bounds. So 3rd and 1 with a running clock. I snapped the ball at 20 seconds here, and I finally get some green grass on the left side. And here comes the safety. 13 seconds left. I really thought I was going to be out of bounds here, but turns out I did not. But it was a really good over 20-yard run from Reggie Patterson. Again, just that's what I've noticed a lot with particularly with having Reggie Patterson as our quarterback. If we get him running early, he will have a good game. And coincidentally, if you don't get him to run the ball early, then he won't do well, as Patterson rolls right and throws right to Wells as time expires here. So that is the end of the half, ladies and gentlemen. What a fantastic drive down the field. So I took the shot to Wells because I knew I wasn't going to make it with my legs. So I figured, why not throw that touchdown pass to Wells. and just see what happens. If I get a third INT going into the half, I get a third INT going into the half. But I did it, and we're gonna see Jeff Hood kick the extra point here. Shanks it a little bit, but we're in the middle of the field, so it does not matter. As we go up against our rivals, the UCF Golden Knights, 21-0. Yes, you heard that right. 21-0. Now, you want to talk about a second half turnaround, particularly for the rivals here. The opening kickoff of the second half. Yeah, no words to describe that. So as much as I would like to start the ball at the second half, I couldn't because we fumbled the kickoff. 2nd and 13 for the Golden Knights. Look at this crazy, amazing toe tap from the star wideout here. White just you only need 1 foot in college, and White just needed that 1 foot, and he got it. So now it puts UCF in the red zone here. So a 1st and 10 on the 14. This is what USF had to deal with the whole first half. They've been doing pretty well, maintaining the Bolden the halfback and Biggers the quarterback, simply because they just love to run either shotgun or twin tight end for the most part. So 2nd and 9, they do come out in the twin tight end set here, and Biggers will run play action and just dots it right to Patterson, who is tight end 2, as Terrell is tight end 1. So very, very great start for UCF here. 3rd and 3 from the 40-yard line right here. Looks like it's play action, but Patterson finds the lane to scramble left, and he won't go to the outside. He'll just tuck it in, go forward, and slide down. So now you get a fresh set of downs at basically midfield. We're in UCF territory as it's their 49 and not ours. So we put Bobo in motion right here as Palmer gets a little bit closer to the marker. That's a gain of 3. Very important 3rd down right here. Patterson going left once again. However, he throws across his body and finds Wells on the other side of the field on a dig. So crazy awareness to find Wells on that play. It's very frowned upon to throw across your body, whether you're on the left side throwing to the right or vice versa. But it worked out well for Reggie Patterson right there. So 1st and 10 from the 34, and can't get away from the line every single time, as that's the 2nd sack of the day for UCF, as the first one happened literally the play before Patterson went across his body here. So now it's a 2nd and 20. Patterson and Palmer get up to midfield here. They run the option here just to gain some yardage out of it. Stiff arms a guy, and Palmer gets a decent gain out of it. A 12-yard run from the junior red shirt. So now it's going to be a 3rd and longer. I wouldn't say 3rd and medium, but I wouldn't say 3rd and long either. It's in that in-between area. We have been doing pretty well on 3rd down here. So 4 for 6. Can we make it 5 for 7? No, we don't. So we have to punt the ball away back to UCF. And this is 3rd and 6. We can get out of here with a 3 and out and make minimal damage. But what a diving catch by Clark here to get the 1st down. Bobbled it a little bit, but he he converted the first down when they needed to. So UCF is knocking on the door slowly but surely here. So 1st and 10, ball on the 29-yard line. They line up, it looks like an A set here. And we send the heat as, blitzing this quarterback has been really, really effective. However, look at White make the double move on McCollum to get the first down right there. 18-yard completion. Now it's 3rd and 5 from midfield. Biggers throws the out route to Terrell, and that is a first down. So all of a sudden, UCF went from being, only completing 1 third down in the first half to completing 2 on this drive alone. So now they get another fresh set of downs. This time they start on the 40 here. In shotgun with Bolden on the left side of Biggers. They throw, looks like it's play action right to Thompson, their slot receiver. And just like that, that's another first down. And now UCF is pushing red zone here. Now it's 2nd and 13, just a little bit outside of the red zone here, as a tip drill goes right to White. A really unfortunate sequence of events there, as our free safety had an INT, and then it just got tipped right to the wide receiver there for the score. So now all of a sudden, we go from 21 nothing going into the third quarter to now 21-14, maybe going into the fourth. 2nd and 10 is going to show you why I don't like running slants. Again, I wanted to stop and throw instead of throw on the run, and look at Lloyd not only pick us off for the 3rd time, but takes it into the house. And now it's 21 apiece. It's 21-21. Technically here, like, it's 20-21, but like, again, they don't miss the extra point here in this game. First play of the 4th quarter is a 3rd and 8 from the 43. We line up in an I right here. Just trying to, we flip it so that way Patterson can roll to the right this time, as that's the field of grass that has more room to operate. However, the left outside linebacker comes down and gets the sack on Reggie Patterson, and that is not exactly how you want to start the 4th, party people. No. But fortunately for us, UCF ends up doing another 3 and out. So that's gonna give us the ball right back. So 1st and 10 from our own 36. We run drive to the right side. Patterson is going to keep it instead of forcing the issue here. So that's going to be a gain of 9. 2nd and 1 comes out here. Again, it's a 2nd and short. You have a lot of there's a lot of ways you can attack the 2nd and 1, depending on the tendency of the game and how the game has been feeling and things like that. Went with the inside draw at the end. Palmer gets a gain of 3 or 4, but again, he only needed 1 yard to convert the first down, and he did so. And so, which was really, really good. It's important to, Palmer's an important part of the offense, as if he gets going, then that just opens up more passing lanes for Patterson to throw to, because he's not exactly throw into a tight window kind of guy. He needs he can't throw into the car window just yet. He needs you got to start throwing into the house windows first. You feel me? So Patterson rolling to his left, and this is the house windows that we're talking about. Willis has nothing but green grass in that second, third level in the secondary. So gotta take what you can see there. So now it's a fresh set of downs. Ball's on the 32. PA read is the call. Patterson goes right. Thought about going to Sampson there, but does what he does best. Just tucks it and gets the first down through his legs. As you can see, he has 137 yards rushing. And in this game, that includes the times that he's been sacked. So it's been a very, very efficient game for Patterson on the ground. So now we're officially in the red zone here. Ball on the 17. Drops back. It's a halfback screen, more like a fullback screen, because this one goes to Bobo. He only gets 1 yard out of it. So 2nd and 9. Ball's on the 16, and this should be a speed option to my knowledge. Did we flip it? Yes, we did. So this is going to be a speed option to Palmer here. As you can see, all the linebackers have shifted over to that right side. Patterson gets the pitch off in time so that Palmer can cut upfield. But he only gets 1 yard out of the exchange. So 3rd and 8 from the 15. It's important here that Patterson doesn't turn the ball over, as a field goal would be really, really nice as well. So Patterson rolls right, finds Lewis, but he can't put the foot down. Now, we did end up challenging this play just for the sake of it, because maybe he did put the foot down, and there was no other time in the game that I was going to be able to use this challenge. So I felt like this was the time to do it, but it looks pretty obvious here. As you notice that the right foot was just on the completely other side of the end zone. So we ended up settling for the field goal here. No big deal. No big deal. The field goal just puts pressure on UCF to drive down and at least do the same, if not score a touchdown to rebuttal with 4 minutes left. So Hood is lining up. Did not get the great kick, but again, he's been having the problem of shaking left today, but it worked out just fine here. This is where the defense comes in. Clark gets a completion from Biggers on the 3rd and 7. However, it just was not enough. But they are going to go for it here on 4th. I used to run OLB Fire a lot in goal line, but I've noticed that slide has been working a lot better. And they run it on 4th, and Bolden does not get the spot. So with that, they turn over the ball on downs, and now Patterson has a chance to ice this game with 2:51 left, only up by a field goal. However, literally this drive was about getting a score. So first play of the game, of the drive, was a slant pattern. Doesn't work. So 2nd and 10, trying to get some yards out of it. It looks like they're like the defense, it looked like it lined up like in a dime per se. Mesh was the call. Patterson throws to the right side, and Wells is right there to complete the first down. So that was a very efficient play right there. So for the first down on the 41, since knew we were on the right side, I called levels so that way Patterson could roll out left. Patterson has been doing a superb job rolling to his left today. However, the left tackle did not pick up the outside linebacker, but fortunately Palmer falls on the ball to avoid the fumble turnover here. So 2nd and 24, that's a lot of yardage to make up for that disaster. So Patterson is behind center for this one. The pressure is coming from the right side. He has to roll out left. Willis makes the diving catch. Unbelievable. That may or may not be the game right there. But it is a great play. Yes, a 48-yard reception by Malik Willis puts the USF Bulls in 1st and goal. So this is now UCF calls a timeout to stop the clock. I went ahead and took advantage of that and boosted the O-line so that way they can get the push in order for Palmer to run inside. HB zone is the call on 1st and goal, just to see what the defense was going to do. Palmer gets good yardage, gets to about the 2, so they'll give Palmer a 5-yard run for that one. 2nd and goal, we called play action here because it makes sense. The defense might think we would run the ball again to kill more clock. Patterson stays in the pocket, finds the tight end Dudley, and that should do it. So with 1:48 left in the game, it's a 2-possession game now. It's a 2-possession game. Patterson stayed in the pocket, got it out just in time to his tight end. Tight end hasn't done anything at all. As you can see there, that was his first catch of the day. It was a 2-yard reception, but it is a touchdown that will put USF up 2 scores against UCF, and Jeff Hood is going to make it a 10-point game to be exact. So a giant 4 and out, led to us getting the ball back with less than a minute to go. And since we're in red zone after this Palmer run, I might as well felt like, to try and, get an extra score. It's a rivalry game. You want to put the nail in the coffin for sure. So while traditionalists would think double whip is a terrible play, it's a rivalry game. I legit do not care. Patterson tries to go to the outside and go around the DB, but the shoelace tackle brings him down to the 10. Patterson is obviously hyped about that, as he knows that they're pretty much gonna win this game from here. But Cristobal says no. We got to get one more score in for the culture. So 1st and goal from the 10. Looked for the play. There it is. X hitch was the play. Sometimes like some of the prepared plays don't pop up right away. But Patterson tries to scramble left. Outside linebacker comes over. Has to stay in the pocket. So now with 19 seconds left, it's 2nd and goal, still from the 10. Quick slants is called right here. Hopefully they can, at the very least, get to pretty much the goal line. And that they do. However, there is a flag on the play after the Wells reception. And it looks like it's roughing the passer that is called. So rather than it being 3rd and goal, it will be 1st and goal from the said 1 yard line with 16 seconds left to go. As you can see, I do have 1 timeout left. I recognize that, so I use it. And we end up trying to punch this thing in through Bobo. I believe, yeah, we did call fullback blast for Bobo. No, it was, for some reason it said it was a prepared play. For some odd reason, which might explain why Bobo broke that tackle on his own and gets in for the touchdown. And that is your ball game, ladies and gentlemen. So a very convincing rivalry win in front of our home crowd right here. What a way for Mr. Crystal Ball to get his first win as a USF Bull against the rivals in Orlando. From Orlando, we in Tampa for this. We were in Tampa for this one. Come on, think. Very yeah. I mean, it was an interesting game because there were some turnovers here and there, but at the end of the day, the job was done, and that was that. Very quickly, we're gonna go over the player stats before we head into the second part of the double header here. No, I did not want box score. There we go. So Patterson went 15 to 29, 226 yards, 3 TDs, 3 INTs, and the main stat line for sure, 19 rushes for 138 yards, including the sacks, had one rushing TD as well. Wells, Dudley, Sampson were all the receivers that got touchdowns today. Willis was exceptional, even though he did not have a touchdown. 86 yards catching. And before we get into the return of Crystal Ball to FIU, we would just like to point out that Greg Francis, the halfback from Texas, is off our board. So what I did with those 10 points was I was debating whether to use them on the 3-star tight end or the 5-star right outside linebacker, and sure enough, I used it on Will Watkins from Ohio. So now he has 20 points and everybody else has 10. So Crystal Ball's return to FIU was not televised, and I know this because as soon as the game loaded up, I did not get the pre-game cutscenes. It just went straight to the coin toss. To make it a challenge for me, I wanted the ball first, just to give FIU a chance going into the half. I will say that this game was a shootout, so we'll only be showing the scoring highlights for this one. So the first score of the game was a very anticlimactic one. Very simple fullback dive to Bobo here from the 1-yard line. It wasn't the first drive of the game that happened, so I threw a pick to Manuel Carter, who we recruited. Then they went 3 and out, and then we drove down the field and got the 1-yard TD run for our fullback. FIU's first score of the game also came from the 1, as Mosley throws a nice little fade to Ingram for the touchdown. However, Bill Choice got injured on that play. I think he was able to come back a little later. So that makes it 7-7. Our next score of the game was with less than 6 minutes in the second quarter. Patterson just scrambles right, sees the lane for the touchdown. The next score is a plot twist as Mosley throws to the out, and our free safety Anderson picks it off for a pick 6. I love Mosley. I think he did well for us in the bowl game. In the previous episodes, I think it was 2 episodes ago was that bowl game, but here he was not doing so hot in the second quarter in particular. Next possession, Mosley does get some redemption here, breaks off the potential sack and throws a dot to Daniels. Marty Daniels, I believe. He just shrugs off the potential sack and then just throws it into traffic there for the touchdown. So a good part of the third quarter goes before our next score. Patterson is going to scramble right, throws it over the outside linebacker. Wells breaks the tackle, and the rest is history. So this will make the game now 28 to 14 with 4-something minutes left in the third. After the defensive stop on the next possession, USF gets the ball back, drives down the field for another 1-yard fullback run by Bobo. That will make it 35 to 14. On the ensuing kickoff, however, Ryan kicks it to Pope, the free safety, and he stiff arms the guy, and let's just say Ryan could not make that tackle there, and that will make it 21 to 35. FIU is down 2 touchdowns at this point. So in the fourth quarter, it was pretty much a USF Bulls show from this point forward, as Patterson does the usual go left and scramble and score. Nothing new to see here, folks. 42 points to 21. Then Mosley drops back to pass here. Makes the same mistake as he did with the previous interception, throwing to the flat when it wasn't really open. Gets stiff-armed as a punishment, and McCollum takes that one to the house. It is now 49 to 21. The final score of the game came with 14 seconds left. It was a 2nd and 13 from the red zone. Patterson rolls right and dives into the right side of the end zone here for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. And your final score in this one is USF 56, FIU 21. As you can see here, Patterson ran the ball 17 times total. Yes, they do count sacks and stuff, but 86 yards for 3 touchdowns. That is an efficient day in my book on the ground. In terms of passing the ball, Patterson was 11 for 22 with only 1 TD to his 3 INTs. So another very lackluster performance throwing the ball, but Patterson is a very, very good runner. The receivers, were getting down the field, but the only touchdown came from the one catch that Dennis Wells had. Defensively, a lot of people were tackling very, very well from all levels of the field. Particularly Marcus Charles, our left end, had 4 tackles for loss today with 3 sacks on top of it. Anderson and McCollum not only had picks in this game, but both of them ran them back for touchdowns. And before I end the episode today, we do have a recruiting update. Dan Mitchell and Will Watkins are no longer interested in attending USF. And then I also noticed that the 5-star middle linebacker is just we're on the very bottom of his top 5. So I ended up using the points on the 3-star tight end, on the 4-star left end, and then the 4-star defensive tackle. But a very good, promising start to Crystal Wall's career here in USF. Currently 2-0. Spoiler alert, I ended up simming the Miami game, so I'll show you guys the results for that next episode, but I will show you guys gameplay when we go up against Baylor. That will be a home game, and that will be live comm. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. It's been your boy Eli the Rebel. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace!